What is happening, guys, and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions. I'm your host, Taylor McWaters, and last time I was here, we were breaking down some connections to dinosaurs, be it mythological creatures that could still exist, or perhaps some creatures we hear about every day that are just modern dinos in disguise. Whatever the case is, we all know if a Jurassic Park did all of a sudden exist, we would for sure get fast passes. I want to see a dinosaur. I want to put my hands inside the thing and then pull it out last second. I want that. This isn't part 2. You know exactly why you're here. Here are 10 more things that prove dinosaurs still exist today. Let's get weird. Kicking off the list at number 10, TELEOCRATER RHADINUS. Birds and crocodiles are close relatives to dinosaurs. I'll explain this more in depth later on in this list, but dinosaurs are usually placed in either of those categories. Flying dinos on the bird side and beasts with massive jaws that can eat a car, of course, on the croc side. The TELEOCRATER RHADINUS was found in Tanzania in their 245 million year old mandibeds, so it's even older than the first known dinosaur. These things would be about 7 to 10 feet long, weigh up to 70 pounds, of course having razor sharp teeth. It had ankles that resembled that of a crocodile, but its neck was super long like a bird, and its skull was similar to a bird, but its jaw and everything was so strong, so they're like, okay, croc, bird, we don't know what this is. We could only identify this thing 4 years ago, and the fact that it's the oldest dino to date gives me hope that there's more out there hiding today. And when I say hope, I mean nightmares. This thing gives me nightmares. Number 9, TUATARA lizards. Look guys, some lizards can shoot blood out of their eyes as a defense mechanism. I was gonna insert a clip of that, but I'd also love for you to get through the video and not throw up, so we'll just talk about the TUATARA for now. These lizards have dark green scales, spiky spines, and these big black eyes. They're vulnerable to extinction now, as are many fascinating creatures because humans suck, but 250 million years ago they would hang out in what's now New Zealand, before it separated from the Gwanda supercontinent 80 million years ago. With temperatures on the rise, it doesn't seem like these dudes will be around for much longer, but you know what? I'm kind of okay with that. They've had their time. And if you're loving this list so far, if it's piquing your attention talking about lizards and dinosaurs, give us a thumbs up. Let us know if a part 3 is something you may want in the future, or just anything in general. It helps us out if you give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Number 8, ostriches. I don't have to sweat too hard to convince you that an ostrich is a descendant of a velociraptor. Take the feathers away, add some Jurassic Park music. There you go, terrifying. Have you ever seen one of these things run before? Absolute nightmare. They've been running non-stop for about 66 million years. They're part of the theropod dinosaur family. Ornithomimidae were ostriches like dinosaurs. They had a light frame, they would grow up to 20 feet tall, and a pair of arms were found in Mongolia, and they were about 8 feet long each. That's what I call a dinosaur. Scientists suggest that they were the fastest dinosaur to walk on Earth, and with thick thighs like that, I don't think anybody is gonna argue that. Number 7, crabs. Do you have crabs? You're a dinosaur. Sea spiders with claws and a shell skin. Yeah, sounds pretty prehistoric. Crabs first started snipping about before dinosaurs went extinct, and as of today, there's TV shows about these things. Alaskan crab fishing is basically an extreme sport. One species of crab is quite unique during the olden days. 200 million years ago, the Megazambozogue was the first to develop a claw. Now that is a huge step in evolution. One crab was actually around even before the dinosaurs, the horseshoe crab. Didn't have any claws or anything, but still, look at this thing. If they're sticking around in waters today, odds are some other shellhead dinosaurs are also lurking about. Crustaceans, crabs, and lobsters predate most dinosaurs in general. They're the earliest known species of filter feeders. So yeah, dinosaurs still exist because they're a dinosaur. Go put your foot in the ocean. See how long you can hold it for. You're afraid, right? It's because dinosaurs. Number 6, the claw of a moa. This New Zealand bird went extinct about 600 years ago, not that long ago at all in hindsight. It was this flightless bird, massive, might I add, and archaeologists first discovered its fossil in a cave. Its flesh and everything was still attached, which is wild. Now these ancient birds would reach about 5 feet tall. When you think of dinosaurs, you probably think, okay, that's quite petite. But these birds stopped flying right after dinosaurs went extinct, which is the craziest part. According to biologist Matthew Phillips from the Australian National University in Canberra, these birds safely roamed the land after they didn't need to make daring dino escapes into the sky. They walked around, they got fat, they would just hang out in caves. They were living the dream. Penguins, that's all I'm saying. Penguins are pretty fat and they just hang out. Phillips says this is an advantage when it comes to birds and evolution because wings, although they're cool, they're also big and they kill energy. Until every bird on the planet is fat and tired, I'm gonna look out for some deep sea dinos. I know they're still out there. I see a seagull, I'm like, what are you running from? Why aren't you fat? Number 5. Sea turtles. Back in the Cretaceous period, you could have hitched a ride on a sea turtle's back, Finding Nemo style. An archelon, translating to first mighty turtle, was this massive 5-meter long, 7-meter wide sea turtle, the largest to ever exist. They swam the coastal waters 65 million years ago, but still today, we're trying to save these dinosaur cousins. The first mighty turtle was discovered in 1895 by J.R. Wyland, and its beak was strong and sharp enough to cut through bone. Similar to modern leatherback turtles today, the first mighty turtle was actually pretty peaceful. It was a predator. It was more of a prey, if anything. It couldn't tuck its head into its shell, so it was more vulnerable than anything. Save the turtles? Yeah, save the dinosaurs, really. Number 4, the BEELZEBUFO. 68 million years ago, catching frogs was probably also an extreme sport. The BEELZEBUFO, also known as the devil frog, which I'm going to start saying because BEELZEBUFO sounds wrong on many different levels. This frog didn't turn into a prince if you kissed it. In fact, if you got your face close enough, this thing would probably leave you without a nose. First of all, it was quite large for a frog. Well, large in general. It was about the size of a basketball, and they lived on the island of Madagascar. Its bite was powerful enough to eat small dinosaurs. Scientists have compared the force of their bite to that of tigers and wolves. This prehistoric frog thrived in Madagascar because there weren't any theropod dinosaurs around. You didn't see a T-Rex canoe to Madagascar to hunt. That would be crazy. Obviously because their arms are too small. They can't paddle. That's the main reason. Recently, however, researchers have found a fossil of the devil frog, and they believe that it once had spikes and a turtle-like shell. Bowser minions were taking out dinosaurs 60 million years ago. What a treat. Today though, the closest thing we do have to the devil frog is the horned frog. The horned frog has been nicknamed Jaws, or Pac-Man, because although its head is less than 5 centimeters wide, its bite would feel like 3 liters of water balanced on the end of your finger. That's strong. It's definitely gonna leave a mark. Or leave you without a finger, that too. Number 3, Spinosaurus. If part 1 of this list made you fear the ocean, this next one here certainly won't help. The Spinosaurus, named after its mighty spine, of course, stomped the yard millions of years back in North Africa during the late Cretaceous period. Its remains were first discovered in 1912 by German paleontologist Ernst Stromer, but thanks to World War II and humans, those remains were blown to smithereens. Paleontologist Nizar Ibrahim only 2 years ago discovered remains of another Spinosaurus in the Sahara, which today is just nothing but a dry wasteland, but millions of years ago wasn't as dry. In the Cretaceous rock deposits, the team studied the tail of an ancient beast, and it appears to be a giant fin. So now we believe that this dinosaur may have spent most of its life in water. Nice! With so much ocean unexplored, sailors telling tales of the Kraken, this dinosaur, or some kind of version of it, may just still be down there, waiting for us to put our flippers on. Number 2, crocodiles. If I described a crocodile to you without knowing I was talking about a crocodile, you'd probably guess it's a dinosaur of some sort. Yeah, this massive creature with rubbery skin, 4 legs, claws, tons of sharp teeth, and a big ass head, hides in water but attacks on land? Okay, good game. These things are fascinating. They've been around for about 200 million years. They outlived the dinosaurs, and they would hunt dinosaurs. And now today, we still have to keep an eye out for them in swamps and lagoons and stuff, or else they'll grab your leg and spin 1,000 times until you're done. As soon as I heard that crocodiles eat rocks to stay underwater and hunt, I knew I was That's some next level stuff right there. 75 million years ago, the Dinosuchus was the largest predator in North American swamps. It was around 10 meters long, weighed about the same amount as a large elephant, and its jaws could snap today's crocs in half with their banana-sized teeth. Banana-sized teeth, you get it. These things were here long before us, and I have a feeling they'll be here for millions of years after we're toast. Captain Hook got chirped for getting his hand eaten by a croc. The guy literally survived a dinosaur attack, and everybody's bringing clocks to work trying to roast the guy. Give him a break. And finally, number 1, chickens. Sometimes in order to get a kid to eat, you tell them that it's chicken. Hey, it's chicken, it's like chicken nuggets, yum, right? But with recent studies, we're gonna have to start telling them that it tastes like dinosaurs. Since the 19th century, we've drawn an anatomical line between birds and dinosaurs, like I mentioned at the beginning of this list, and it turns out birds are the only living true dinosaur today. And we eat them for breakfast. How do you like your eggs? Sans dinosaur. They found a fossil way back that looked like a bird but had no beak. It had wings and feathers, but its face looked like a dinosaur. So we called this an Archaeopteryx, which sounds pretty cool. So scientists are curious where these beaks came from? I mean, look at a pelican, for example. Hi, where did that come from, Mr. Big Nose? Well, the recently discovered pterosaur might have some answers. It was called the Icon Draco Avatar because it greatly resembles one of the flying dragons from the 2009 hit Avatar film. Guy's named after an alien, that's neat. The creature had this crest under its chin that suggests that it once had a throat pouch to store fish. I've been laughing at pigeons for years. Little did I know these dudes were dapping it up with dinosaurs back in the day. My bad. Guys, those are 10 more ways dinosaurs could still be lurking out there in some way. But before we wrap it up here, drop us some comments down below. Which other mysteries have you questioning life? Turn those notifications on because you may see a familiar title pop up. I've been your host, Taylor McWaters. Keep being you, and we'll see you next time on Life's Biggest Questions. Bye.